Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again for another Market Watch Investments video for you guys tonight. I have a plethora of cards I'm going to be showcasing for you guys. These are going to be my personal selections, and I do hope that you enjoy. Getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be number 92 Heart Earth Dragon. This is the highest rarity as the Ghost Rare, dawning out of Cosmo Blazer. This card has really great artwork, pretty killer effect. And obviously high rated ghost rares, not too many ghost rares out there in general. So starting market price for this is going to be 88 bones for lightly played first edition copies. There's a Spanish one here if you guys are into that. And then if you want near mint, it's going to be about 111 bones for near mint first edition copies. We're going to switch over to bulk prices for stacks. 2 stacks available for stack near mint first edition, 5 stack here is going to be 123 bones, and that's going to go up to about 135 give or take for this 4 stack here. And just out of curiosity, so it's interesting, I guess it only had Ultra, and the Ultra is like ridiculously expensive. It's very interesting, but obviously Ghost Rare is going to be ideal. Next is going to be Harpy's Feather Duster. So really amazing prints on this. You have the Tournament Pack 8 Super Rare, which is like ungodly expensive and pretty much unattainable, pretty much eradicated from the market. You have this mirrored prismatic secret from the 2004 Game Boy promo, but I don't really know how this worked. Obviously a lot of people, you know, had the Stairway to the Destined Duel variants, but it's the exact same card. But these ones actually have the magic stamp on them, so I think these are more desirable in my personal opinion. Obviously, these are... I don't really understand, like, this is... I don't remember seeing this product. It was obviously, like, really low print. I'm not really sure, but... Anyway, it's worth good money. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the more produced Stairway to the Destined Duel variants as Prismatic Secret, because these do have a really nice magic stamp, which is really great. This is my personal favorite variant that we have. These are about 11-12 bucks for lightly played, and if you want near mint copies, they're going to be about 15 or so, give or take. Alright, let's take a look at bulk prices here. And again, lightly played, it's about 12 here, and then are near mint bulk prices. Near mints are pretty pricey, about 70 bones for near mint bulk prices. So really great variant. There is of course the infamous Legendary Collection Yugi's World, Legendary Collections 3 Yugi's World secrets. These are really nice too. Between these two variants, these are my personal favorite sets. Also, you know, mirrored Legendary Collection 4 Joey's World. Legendary Collection 3 and 4 did a lot of parallel rarities, kind of the same cards and the same rarities. Amazing. Great cards for collectability purposes. Definitely check those sets out. And then we have the super rare reprints, which are, you know, just if you want a first edition super just to duel with, you know, it's definitely fits the purpose. Ultimate Offering is going to be next. So ban list is coming up. We're in pre-ban list seasoning. Yes, the seasoning of ban lists, and it's, you know, Konami's very unpredictable about what they're going to bring off the list. This is a very old card. This is the uncensored artwork. We got a lot more superior artwork in OCG in Japan, but this is kind of what we got to work with. This is the highest rarity as the Super Rare, dawning out of Champion Pack 4, and this is pretty good money. There's a Deutsch German European one here, which is about 100 bones, and then light plates English go to about 105, near mints go to about 109 bones. And let's switch over to bulk prices. Near mint playset stack is about 110 bones, and goes to 130 for a double playset of 6. There's other variants of this, of course. That's going to be the most ideal for like high rating collectability purposes, as it's the only hollow foil, and it is Champion Pack, which is very sought after for collectors, and it's very old. And then you have the other commons for playability purposes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with going and getting like a Gen 1 first edition variant, like Starter Deck Yugi first edition, Starter Deck Pegasus first edition, Starter Deck Joey first edition. I don't think Kaiba, and Starter Deck Kaiba. So all 4 original Generation 1 Starter Decks had first edition copies. So these 4 would be ideal for playability purposes if you just want a cheap copy to play common when this comes off the list. There also is the DT Rare Dual Tonal 3. This looks really great. I actually even like this more than the Super Rare personally. The Super Rare is just like really hard to find. It's very expensive. This DT is, you know, for the price, is relatively significantly more affordable. And there's a stack of 7 here for about 7 bones plus for near mints. And it's pretty much around 6 and some change after that. And 2 pages of availability. So just out of curiosity, is there other bulk prices? So yeah, about 7.5-ish bones for the 7 stack, and then it goes to about 9 bones for this 3 stack, and then 13 bones for this 7 stack from the very legendary core TCG. So really great stuff. Personally, again, if you're not going to go for the DT rares, or if you're not going to go, you know, high big monies for the Super, definitely consider a first edition copy from one of the original Generation 1 starter decks, at least for playability purposes. Next is going to be Fisher. Fisher has amazing artwork. Obviously, it's a Generation 1 card. Really great collectability purposes behind this, and just all around, just like childhood memory nostalgia. This is the Hobby League 2 Parallel Ultra Rares, which just look fantastic. I really love Hobby League. It's so Gen 1. It's so high collectability. In my personal opinion, they just look aesthetically amazing. Upper Deck manufactured these though, so they are technically not really playable in higher echelons of gameplay because like they're really thick and they blow really bad, and it's considered marking cards and all this crazy shenanigans. But for collectability purposes, they're really great. I love that they're a little thicker, and I love that they just have that really nice Parallel Ultra. It just looks really aesthetically pleasing, in my personal opinion. Starting market prices for these variants is going to be about 7 bones for lightly played, and near mint copies are going to be about 8. Switching over to bulk prices here, it's about 8 for lightly played and about 9 for near mint, and there's 1 page's availability for that. So ideally, this is the most desirable variant in my opinion. Of course, you're going to have the legendary Generation 1 Set 1 LOB Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon first editions, which have the magic stamp, which is really great. And I can't remember if they... So no, unfortunately not. These have spell stamp. So the Hobby League ones, aesthetically, the rarity is the best, but it's not going to have the magic stamp, which is kind of sad. I'm going to get into these supers. Well, I'm just getting into these supers really quick. There also is, alternatively, the super rare variants from Legendary Collection, Yugi's World, of course. Everything juicy is in this set. I'm telling you guys need to get on this set. It's just ridiculous high collectability purposes and like these amazing rarities. And these are insanely affordable, like under a bone for first edition copies. Switch over to bulk prices. Only 2 bulk prices, 3 stacks here for roughly about 2 bones apiece, each for both near mint first edition. So that's pretty awesome. And lastly, of course, you're gonna have the original print magic stamped from Legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now these aren't really gonna be much of anything until we get to the first editions. And you can see it very quickly articulates some pretty incredible value. Some Spanish stuff. It looks like there is potentially, if this one's English, it's about 5 bones for lightly played, then it goes to about 6 bones, and then about 8 bones for this lightly played. 2 pages of availability. Let's see if there's any bulk pricing. There is some bulk pricing. It increases quite significantly here. About 18 bones for near mint first edition plus a bone shipping, and then 20 bones right off the bat for a 3 stack. So again, terrible card by all means nowadays, but back in the day this was a heavily utilized card. It's just Gen 1 era collectability, and there's just a really great artwork personally. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Next is gonna be Foolish Burial. So this is a one of, obviously hit the list. Does this have potential to come to 2 or 3? Maybe. Is it likely? Probably not. This card is just ridiculously good even at 1. But again, we're in pre-ban list season, and you never really know. Konami is extremely unpredictable about what they decide to bring off the list. And it's not a matter of if things come unbanned, it's a matter of when they come unbanned. Personal white Mexican theory for you guys. That's the belief that I stand true to. And there's some amazing rarities of this. I mean, you have the Turbo Pack Booster 2 Super Rares, which, you know, most difficult ones to get. You have the All Lost Arts, which look... I like the Lost Art. The artwork looks good, but the whole idea that they brought this in, like this terrible rarity of Ultra Rare, just completely throws Lost Arts in the trash for me personally. Like, I just utterly am disgusted by most Ultra Rares. There's a very small pocket of the market that I enjoy Ultra Rares. This is not among them. And anyway, but it looks cool, and I mean it's worth, you know, about 20 bones or so. So I mean that's a thing. Personally, my favorites are, again, sound like a broken record here. Legendary Collection 4, and I think there was a, well, I guess it was just, yeah, Legendary Collection 4 has Dawn the Secret rare variants, which are really nice. And then, of course, we have the DT5 commons, which look fantastic. For the price, I think that these are definitely the best bang for your buck. Really, really aesthetically pleasing, an amazing card. And there's a fat 13 stack right here. Really nice on the number. I love 13. Of near mints for 4 bones. So this is, I don't think this is gonna last. I picked up several of these from, like, I think it was around the 2-3 range about a year ago or so, and they're not increasing quickly. I mean, there's 3 pages of well, let's see if they're bulk prices. How many bulk prices do they have? About a half page of bulk prices. Again, just great. And then there's another 15 stack here of near mint for about 5 bones. So there's a, for now, there's plenty of availability, but I think that these are going to be, once these big stacks are gone, this is going to, it's just a great card, and, you know, great artwork, great rarity, and just a very relevant card. Like always, it's always a relevant card. You always want to trash one to the grave. And then, of course, the secret rares are, you know, just as nice as DT, if not even better. Personally, I actually do like the secrets more than even the DT, but they're both very, very nice. Late played first edition is going to be 9 bones, and then near mints are going to be roughly around 10 bones. There's 4 pages of availability. If we switch over to bulk pricings, so it increases significantly. There's only 3 stacks, or one stack of 3, and that's about 15 bones for near mint first edition copies. So ideally, if you're not going to get this one, DT one's really nice. And then, of course, there is, you know, well, that's really pretty much it, honestly. All these other ones I would really not much care for. I mean, they just reprinted this ultra rare, but it's ultra rare, so I mean, take that as you will. Anyway, okay, moving on is going to be Jowgen the Spiritualist. So this is the original variant rare from Labyrinth of Nightmare Gen 1, really old, really great, kind of silly artwork, but an amazing effect. I mean, you can pitch 1, destroy all special summon monsters, and then it's basically like a Fossil Dyna slapping on board. Really great for anti-meta. Obviously really weak, but it's really cool at Spellcaster level 3 light. I really like that. And it's a Gen 1. It's insanely old and relatively affordable. I mean, near mint first edition copies are about 3 bones. And there's 3 pages of availability. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. It doesn't look like there's any bulk pricing, unfortunately. It's, you're gonna have to like onesie twosie it. There's like a 2 stack here for 4, and then there's another 2 stack here for about 3 plus the 99 shipping. 3 pages of availability. Again, we don't have a holofoil of this, which is really unfortunate. I think this card definitely holds its own even now in this meta, depending on, you know, obviously if you're playing like a really protective anti-meta circulation build. Tournament Pack 5 had a common, and then, you know, these other commons, rare out of Dark Beginning, weird, rare. But really your best bet, I think, is going to be the first edition copies from the original Labyrinth of Nightmare Gen 1. Really, really great stuff on that. Next is going to be Burial from the Different Dimension. This is the Dual Terminal 3 super rare. I think this is the most aesthetically pleasing rarity that we have, rarity print, and starting market price for these are going to be about 20 bones for near mint. There's 1 page of availability, and there's only a single stack of 3 for 30 bones right off the bat, and that's pretty much it. After that's gone, there's all 1 stack. So really not a, you know, an abundance of availability for this. We check other variants. We had a Duelist Pack 3 Jade and Yuki 2 ultra rares, which, you know, are worth relatively good money, but they're ultra rares. I'd much rather have the super rare DT, and DT holofoils in general just look ridiculously good. And then this Champion Pack rare, and then all these, you know, useless peasant comments. So really great stuff. This reminds me of the Pot of Quizness, same thing. It's a quick play magic card, but you can just take any 3 monsters and actually shuffle them into the deck and draw 1, which is really great. And this is kind of just a different style. Like, this is more so for like things like zombies. Like if you weren't using like Plague Spreader or like Meizuki, and like there's a lot of like any stuff, like any deck that you're removing a lot, and you can kind of recycle your remove off spark effects. This is a really good recycle factor for that, to basically just, you know, double up on their effects of removing them again. So it's kind of like 2 different parts to different scenarios, but all around really, really great stuff. So release is going to be next. This is the original Generation 1 Set 2 Mel Raiders variant magic stamp. Really, really great. Obviously, we got the uncensored artwork here in the TCG. And this is pretty great. We have the Secret Forces Super Rares, which I'm going to get into momentarily. This lightly played first edition is going to be roughly around a bone plus. There's a 2-stack, and these are pretty much, they increase in value quite quickly here. You can see it go from like 2 to like 3 to 6 to 8 to 10, and there is only 1 page of availability. The only stack prices is going to be this Never Been Played for 15 bones from the anime shop for a stack of 3. Other than that, you're going to be stuck with these onesie twosies. So really cool because this is the original copy, and again, magic stamp, very nostalgic, Generation 1 common. Then we have the very underappreciated, I think, the Soul Release variants, the Secret Forces First Editions, highest rarity, only holo foil that we have here in the TCG, and this is insanely affordable. Core TCG, amazing seller here. 17 stack, near mint first edition, 2 bones. I think that this is insane. I love when they do stuff in this. They just completely corner on the market. They pretty much just take the price and almost cut it in half, and they always have really good bulk pricing, which I love. White Mexican Dairy, you always got to buy in bulk. Buying in bulk is king in this game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, it just feels so good. It feels good that there's a fat stack of first edition near mint 17 stack for 2 bones. And this is just an amazing card. Like, obviously it's situational depending on what your opponent's playing and certain metas and whatever, but the graveyard has been and will forever be such a big utilization factor in this game, and you can take out 5 cards and, you know, it's an old card and it holds up, and this is a pretty cool artwork, and it's great that we got this holofoil update here in the super rare. Next is going to be Morphing Jar. So this is so great. This is basically just like a card destruction. Is it card destruction or hand destruction? I get the names mixed up, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You pitch and draw as many cards as you have that you pitched. Basically the same thing, almost a little bit better, because if you have, like, you know, just 1 or 2 cards or no cards, you can get a full new hand of 5, which is really, really great. Obviously it's a little bit slower because it's not a magic card. You can't just slap it down. You gotta, you know, set it and, you know, have your opponent ram into it or flip it up on your next turn or whatever it may be. But an insanely old card. I mean, it goes without saying, there's ridiculous rarities. I mean, TP stuff, we got the Super from 4 and the Ultra from 2, which was like ungodly expensive. But all in all, I really think, you know, obviously if you're not going for these crazy heavy hitters, there is a really great, I mean, they have the Battle Pack Star Foils, specifically the Star Foils, not just the rares. So here, the Epic Dong Battle Pack First Edition Star Foils. This is an option. I think these look really, you know, great because it's kind of like wannabe DT, and I'm like borderline obsessed with DT, so I think it looks really great. And about 4 bones, give or take 4-ish bones for these near mint first editions. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices for the first edition Star Foils exclusively. It doesn't look like there's an option for bulk prices. They're all pretty much onesie twosies, and there's only 2 available, so it's kind of ripped to that. But alternatively, there also is the OTS Pack 9 Super Rares, which, again, it is just Super Rare, but keep in mind it is OTS. Obviously, OTS 9 wasn't too long ago, so still relatively new. But the benefit to that is they're still relatively fresh on the market, and they're quite affordable. We'll go ahead and switch over to bulk prices exclusively, and near mints are about 3 bones, and there's a 5-stack here. And they're about 3, and then they go to 4 and slowly trickle up after that, but there is, you know, quite a bit of stacks here available. So I think this is a really nice rarity for what it is, especially for playability purposes. You know, you want to have at least a holo foil. This is a nice super, and it's not like a kind of like cheap reprint super from like a subset where like every pack has like 100 super rares. Like, no, this is OTS Pack 9. Like, you only could get this from OTS Pack 9 as a super, which is really cool. I think there was a Legendary Collections Ultra Rare as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And that's actually the last variant that I wanted to take into consideration for you guys, because, again, yes, it is Ultra Rare, but keep in mind, like, White Mexican Theory, I'm like, again, like, not even borderline. I'm like over borderline, obsessed with Legendary Collection 3-4 and Legendary Collection Kaiba. And these just look so smooth. They came out so crisp. Yes, it's still ultra rare. Yes, I still despise ultra rare, but this set had some fantastic, they just did a knockout job on these ultra rares, and they just look fantastic for the most part. And again, it has this infamy of having that Legendary Collection 3 set print here, which is really cool. And first edition copies here are going to be about 5 bones for lightly played. And then near mints are going to be about 6. There's 5 pages of availability. If you want to switch over to bulk prices, there's going to be a playset here for about 9 bones. So completely up to you guys. All in all, I really think that this is just a fantastic card. Obviously, it was banned for quite some time and then it got brought back to 1, which was really great. Personally, because of the price, I personally think that this one would be kind of like the best. If you guys can get the first edition star foils, that'd be great. But then alternatively, when all else fails, you could definitely fall back on the first editions exclusively. You always have to go first edition for the ultra rares from Legendary Collection 3. Alright, moving on, it's going to be 1 for 1. I'm not really sure why. Every time I look at this card, there's no image. So TCG player, you should definitely hook us up with an image here, because this card looks pretty awesome, has some pretty great artwork. OTS Pack 4, darning the only holo foils that we have as super rares for 1 day a piece, and this is at 1. This is really good. This actually looks like a, well, actually didn't go up too much here, but anyway, only holo foil that we have this card. Other variants I think is just another common for the original common, I believe. So yeah, Photonic Shockwave. You know, first edition commons are about in a bone or so. So hit to 1, you know, could come off to 2-3. You never really know. I really pair this up with Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin is another like kind of 1 for 1 kind of draw situation, and like any deck can run this. Any deck can run this, and you know, it could potentially save you a turn, which is really isn't so much the benefit behind this card. It's just it cuts a card out of your deck, which is really cool. You know, draw power is just amazing. Like, you need draw power to get your engine, to your combos, and basically to a win essentially. So 4 bones on these for near mints, and there's 4 pages of availability. Switch over to bulk prices, and it's about 5. There's 5 for 5 here for near mints, and there's a 3 stack for 5, and then, you know, kind of trickles up after here. So the bulk prices really isn't a lot of availability. Really quick, I am gonna look up Upstart Goblin, because every couple videos I have to showcase this. I think this is an insane investment. You guys are probably getting sick of me saying this, but you guys are going to hear it because you're here, you're watching this video, and you know, if you're watching this video, you're going to get a little piece of the White Mexican's mind in theory, and this is kind of how it is. Of course, we have the Turbo Pack Super Rares, which are, you know, Turbo Pack, holo foil, they're good money, collectability, and then the Ultra Rares, these actually look really, really nice too, again. Legendary Collection 3, the Ultras came out so crisp, and this actually looks fantastic in Ultra. Like, I'll admit, Upstart Goblin looks smooth as cream in Ultra Rare. Specifically, but I'm biased towards this set. It's because this is why I like this set, because it says this right here. That's why it's acceptable in this rarity. But pretty good money. I mean, 13 bones, and it goes to about 15 bones for lightly played first edition copies. And then these are actually, well, this is for the bulk prices. And then, you know, if you don't want bulk prices, it's going to be about 9 bones, give or take, for first edition copies, lightly played or near mint, well, lightly played. So, but more importantly, and then of course you have the original Magic Stamp Magic Rulers Gen 1s, which are really, really great. Forget this trash. It's all about Magic Ruler original print Magic Stamp first editions, which are also going for pretty good money too, specifically for the first editions. But what the key takeaway from this is the Secret Slayer reprint super rares. These look just as good, if not better, in my personal opinion, White Mexican opinion, because it has the holo foiling where the spell attribute here is actually hollowed out, which is really cool. The Turbo Pack Supers don't have that because they're older, and you know, it's whatever, it's fine. The thing about these is, you know, they look just as nice as the Turbo Packs, and they are extremely affordable, and they're, you know, there's a pretty good amounts available. Again, Secret Slayers is like, you know, about a year and a half old now, almost 2 years or so. So relatively fresh, and this is like, you know, like they're 2 bones, like pretty much all across the board. Most important thing is this is something you definitely want to invest in bulk. That's what I've been personally doing. I really think this is going to go up. Obviously, it's taking some time, and that's fine. You're not always going to get that fast return immediately on this cardboard, these cardboard investments. So you have to be patient. You have to kind of know when to pull the trigger. Fat stack of 42 right here for 3 bones, near mint. You know, pan TCG. 42 stack, near mint first edition, 3 bones. So really great stuff. Again, this is on hit to 1 on the list. Can it come to 2? Can it come to 3? Definitely, 100%. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Next is going to be Solemn Judgment. So obviously an amazing card. Pretty much the card to stop it all. And really old, you know, has Gen 1 history, going back to Generation 1 set 2 with Metal Raiders as an ultra rare. The Ghost Gold hybrid blends are personally my favorite. You have obviously the OTS Pack 12 Ultimate Rares, which are just, you know, expensive and, you know, high rarity of Ultimate Rare. Retro Pack, which is always, you know, crazy good collector money. You have the Lost Art Promotional, which looks good. I love the Halos. Retarded that they made it in ultra rare. So dumb. Like, Konami, get it right. Make them secret rares next time. And then we have the secret rares again. Infamous Legendary Collection 4 and 3, of course, packing the high rarity of secret rares, first editions, which are just really, really good money. But if you look all around, like, this card is just good value. It's like pretty much like the most affordable one is like 5 bones. Really, really great value. So personally, I mean, I think that, you know, the first edition secrets are really nice. Those will probably take second place for me. First would definitely be the Ghost Gold hybrids. Again, MST and Solemn Judgment are the only Magic Trap cards to ever come in this Ghost Rare. They are very much still Ghost Rares. Yes, they're blended with gold, but that was, you know, gold was like a whole nother animal in Haunted Mine. So really, really great stuff. So for playability purposes, though, if you want, it's not going to necessarily be cheap, but it looks nice, and, you know, it is only super rare, so it kind of does that factor of, like, looking nice, being a hollow foil. And they did well. They did well with the super rares. Again, Secret Slayer is the same set that Super Upstart came out. And there's a lot of these on the market, obviously, because this is a newer set. So you're not going to have any issue finding bulk prices. But, I mean, it's about a 6-bone card now for a stack. So, fast stack of 15 here for near mint first edition for 5. So, ideally, this is what I would personally play with. This is what I play with. This variant, first edition super, is what I play with. Like all my anti-meta builds and whatever else I use this card in, I run a play set of first edition supers from this set. I don't remember if I have secret rares. I hope I do, because these just look great. But then again, completely up to you guys. All personal preference. Just some amazing, amazing, amazing rarities for Solemn Judgment. Next is going to be Warning, Duelist Revolution. So these are the original print Ultimate Rares, high rarity. These are like ungodly expensive, rightfully so. Amazing artwork, amazing card, counter trap card, fastest card in the game. Really great artwork, just, you know, insane collectability purposes for high rarity of Ultimate Rare. 150 bones, starting market price for first edition lightly played, and then near mints are going to be 200 bones for a 2-stack. And this is pretty much it. We have like a quarter a page here for 1 page. Really not a lot of availability. And all around just amazing, aesthetically beautiful artwork. Like probably one of the most gorgeous counter trap cards of all time. Like really, really love the artwork on this. And obviously Duelist Revolution is insanely old now, and you know, first edition high rarity, perfect formula for making you pay top dollar. Alternatively, you have the Duelist Revelation Ultra Rares, so same set that ran parallel. Obviously they're not Ultimate Rares, so they're not anywhere as near as desirable, but they're still really, really great. I do like the Ultimate Rares, but it's kind of hard to see the artwork. It looks great. Like, I love the Ultimate Rares, but when you compare it with the Ultra Rares, you can just see the Ultra Rares better. You can see the artwork, and it's really fantastic artwork. Again, I'm not a big fan by any means of Ultra Rares, but given this is such an amazing card, so much history merit behind this, and like it never goes out of style. And again, the artwork is just like, I can just talk about the artwork all day long. Definitely my favorite Solemn card for artwork purposes. And these are about 14 bones for first edition lightly playeds. 3 pages of availability. Let's check bulk prices. There's actually no bulk prices available, which is not surprising. And this is kind of like one of the very few cards, again, that's just standard ultra rare that I actually really enjoy, just because of like what it is and like how legendary this set was and the history merit. And there's a lot of great stuff, but there's more. There's also the Duelist Saga Ultra Rares. Again, Duelist Saga still to date this only like set to have this special like lightsaber looking ultra rare hollow foiling. Really, really great. Who knows if Konami will ever produce it. Kind of cool that they haven't. Set's relatively old now. I believe this was a 2016 era set, if I'm not mistaken. And these are going for about 8-ish bones, it looks like. Well, actually, no. Even more affordable. About 3 bones for lightly played first editions, and then near mints go to about 4. And this is what that looks like. This is pretty warped, kind of bent on the sides there, but looks really great in person. Switch order bulk prices. Some European Italianos, they're taking over platform here. Fat stack of 25 too for 3 bones, and then the English bulk prices for near mint first edition are going to be about 7 bones, but you'll have to factor in this 5 bone shipping, and then it continues to trickle up significantly after that. So Also a really great alternative. I don't really know if I would prefer. Honestly, I'd prefer this one probably over the standard ultras from the original Duelist Revolution, but these are really great. But even more so, there's more, ladies and gentlemen. The 2011 Collector Tin Promo Super Rares. I still, again, like, I'm just so biased towards this card. I love this card so much, and like every possible front, that I think these super rares are great. Again, it is just a tin promo, but keep in mind, and it's kind of cool though. I kind of like, I again kind of biased towards certain tin promos. Again, 2011 was a really special time for me. That was the year I graduated high school, and the summer after senior year of high school, 2011, was when I got back into the game. That's when I started buying cards, collecting cards, trading, dueling, going to tournaments, making Yu-Gi-Oh friends. It was a really important year, significant turning point for the White Mexicans. So there's that kind of personal history merit that I have invested in this era of the game. So that's another thing. And I believe this was the same tins that we got Super Rare Pot of Duality, and Pot of Duality was just insane. Like, the secret rares were like 100 plus, and when these tins dropped, and we got Warning and Super Rare Warning and Super Rare Pot of Duality, was just complete game changers for us. So really great reprint, like a fantastic ploy by Konami, investment purposes for sale product, was really great. And these are like roughly around 2 bones, roughly, give or take, for lightly playeds. Again, these are tin promos, so they're all going to be limited edition. Don't worry about first edition, they were not manufactured. And again, there's about a 5-stack here for lightly played for about 2 bones. Insanely affordable, even near mint are roughly around 2 bones. Factor in the shipping for a 7-stack. I think this is a great alternative. Personally, these are the ones that I run, like, in my duels, more specifically, mostly in, like, you know, counter fairies, anti-meta, whatever it may be. These are my personal prints for playability purposes. Next is going to be Barrel Behind the Door. So this, you know, unfortunately we got this like cheesy, like childish artwork in the OCG in Japan. They actually got like a real like pirate lock pistol. Looks really cool. This I don't know, and they really kind of just went all out with this. But I think this cool artwork. Obviously, Generation 1 Pharaonic Guardian, and I didn't realize that this card is literally pretty much like the same card as a card that I showcased. Something Pain. It was a DT card, and it was something Pain. I can't remember anyway. I don't want to waste time trying to remember what the name is to look it up. But it's basically like this card, but in a quick play Magic variant. Now I was trying to differentiate like which one would you rather have? Would you rather have a quick play Magic card to play from your hand or set and play on your opponent's turn, or actually have this counter trap? Because counter traps are faster, they react faster than even quick play Magic cards, so it's kind of up to you. This is hollow foil. The other one I think was just rare and DT common, which again, DT common's great, but you know, this is Generation 1, and it's got really cool artwork. It's kind of got like this Indiana Jones theme kind of artwork here, and like treasure and booby traps, and I'm really into that. And again, Pharaonic Guardian was one of my really favorite all-time Gen 1 sets. So these are going for about 4 bones, near mint first edition, 2 pages of availability, check bulk prices, 1 bulk price of 4, near mint first edition for 10 bones. So up to you guys on that. Next is going to be the infamous Jar of Greed. I love this card. This card is going for some really great money. This is specifically for the only hollow foil that we have here in the TCG. As super rare, Dawning Generation 1 Labyrinth Nightmare. Really great collectability purposes on this, and just, you know, amazing artwork, and just a cool card. You know, just a 1-for-1 essentially. You know, you activate it, draw 1. Really simple, really fun. So our market price for this was going to be 28 bones for lightly played first edition for 2 copies, and then there's near mints for 30, as you can see here, and all its legendary. This, and then it, you know, continues to trickle up quite significantly. You'll notice that after that 2-stack, these are all 1-stack. There's just not a lot of availability exclusively for the first edition copies, original first edition. So really great stuff on that. Next is going to be Legacy of Yada Garatsu, the infamous bird, and this is pretty much the same thing. Obviously is technically a little better, because I mean, if somehow like 1 of a 1,000% chance that your opponent has a spirit monster, you can draw 2 on their turn. So, or you know, because yeah, and you know, it has the infamous bird here. It's high rarity secret rare from premium pack 1, so you know, this is pretty aesthetically pleasing, personally, in my opinion here. I don't think there's first edition copies of this. I don't think that's like an option for this premium pack. And these are about 6 bones for lightly played, and then near mints go up to about, you know, Phantom under 8 for 7.5. 4 pages of availability. Change over to bulk prices. Lightly played is about 7, and near mint is about almost 17 for these bulk prices. So it gets expensive pretty quick here. Again, I mostly think the value factor from this is kind of being from that it's high rate of secret rare. Premium pack 1 is insanely old, and it does have this isn't like the best artwork of Yatagarasu, but it is the infamous bird, so one and only Yatalock, so great history merit behind that. There was also a super rare mirrored variant here, which is significantly more affordable, obviously not as aesthetically pleasing as the secret rare. You can see the difference between those. And these are about a bone, relatively, you know, they are affordable. Here's a fat sack of 22. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at bulk prices for this. Not even a bone for near mint for 22. And again, about 2 pages of bulk prices. So insanely affordable. So completely up to you guys. It's like, okay, what do you do? Do you spend a bone and like buy a whole bunch of bulk prices of the super rares? Or you can try to get the secret rares, which are significantly more affordable, but they also are a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So up to you guys on that. Next is going to be Reckless Greed. This is the only holo foil that we have. Again, infamous Legendary Collection 3 Yugi's World as a super rare. Really great stuff. Used to be played in Dark World. I think Dark World was kind of one of the last big players, and then also they used it in Chainburn, obviously infamous Chainburn had its Realm of Rain and all that. So about 5 bones for lightly played first edition copies. And there's 2 pages of availability. Let's see if there's bulk prices. A couple bulk prices. Bulk pricing is going to start at 8 bones for near mint first edition copies. And there's 3 listings of those. So really great stuff. Again, great artwork. Originals were from Pharaonic Guardian, I believe, as rares. There is the Star Foils. Battle Pack Epic Dong Star Foils exclusively for the first editions. Those there's no shame in getting those. I think those are pretty good if you get specifically the battle foil, the Star Foils and the first editions. Those would kind of be like second to, well, actually third. It would go first the first edition supers, and then the first edition Pharaonic Guardian first edition exclusively rares, and then probably the first edition Star Foils. So really quick, just out of curiosity, I want to take a look at the first edition copies of this, because, I mean, ideally everyone's going to get the super rare, but just the like nostalgia and the sheer fact that this is the first print is pretty cool. Well, very cool. Again, Pharaonic Guardian was like this really Egyptian theme based set, and it was just Gen 1 and just amazing. And I love the artwork. I love the snake, the gold, you know, this fat sweaty guy, and this booby trap style is really great. Anyway, about a bone for a stack of 6 for, so very affordable here. 2 bones, a bone, and then 2 bones for these stacks, and then about 3 bones after that. So really great stuff. Next is going to be Trap Hole. This is going to be the Hobby League 3 parallel variant that we have from Hobby League. Great artwork, just, you know, nostalgia history, relatively good collector's card, and pretty affordable. I mean, we can see here near mint 2 stacks are about 4 bones. And there's 5 pages of availability. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. And we have 2 play sets here. A stack of 6 for about almost, you know, 7 bones. And 7 bones, and then about 8.5 here. So quite a bit of stacks for the most part. This is I think personally aesthetically pleasing, the best one. Obviously we have Jet 1 Set 1 Legendary Blue Eyes White Dragon super rares, which are just, you know, ungodly expensive. Legendary Collection 3 down to ultra rare, but again, even though the set had some really great first edition ultra rares, when you're competing against parallel ultra like Hobby League or like first edition supers Gen 1 era Set 1 like Ridiculous or DT, like that, there's not really a comparison. I really don't recommend you guys do this when there's these other 3 variants. Obviously, these are still relatively in range. Like, these can be easily attained relatively affordably. The original, like, you know, gem of them all, the first edition original prints, Gen 1, Set 1, are going to be like ridiculously expensive. Damaged first edition is going to be about 10 bones, but no one really cares about that. So we're gonna move into some real conditionings. You know, you have your Spanish ones, Portuguese ones. I thought this said Canadian French toast for a minute. That's pretty cool. They put it by the pack. This is reprint because it doesn't have the old Konami logo, but you know, still first edition. So you know, on its own merit alone. It looks like depending on how lightly played these are, it looks like, you know, English copies are going to be about 52 bones for lightly played first editions, and then there's 2 pages available. Is there really? Okay, so they have both prices, but it's Spanish. So again, I don't personally like Spanish cards. No disrespect to, you know, Spanish players and all that, but I like English and European print stuff. And the last card that I have to showcase for you guys is going to be Painful Choice. Again, this is another very infamous Generation 1 ban card. It was put on the list for the first ban list ever and has not seen the light of day since. Who knows when this card comes off? Will it get errated? Probably, but then we can play with it at least. Who knows? But this is the original print. Magic ruler, magic stamped, amazing artwork, ridiculous card. And really, personally for me, this is all for collectability purposes at this point right now, until it comes off the list, when it comes off the list. And there's some pretty good bulk prices here. We have a stack of 4 here, lightly played first edition, for about 7 bones. And I'm honestly considering about picking this up myself personally. Like, this is a really good, for what this is, for how old this is. Like, we're talking about Generation 1 Set 2, magic stamp, first edition, super rare hollow foil. Amazing effect, amazing artwork, amazing history merit. Like, people use this card all the time in Gen 1 era. I'm talking about like 2002, 2004. Well, I don't remember what was it? I think it was like 2003, maybe 2004. I don't remember when the first ban list came out, but it's Gen 1 era all the way, which is great. But you can see here, this stack is 7 bones, and then, you know, it goes up to, you know, 40 plus for near mint copies for stacks. So significant increase on that. Link below is going to be to my Facebook. I would love for each and any of you guys to reach out to me, message me. I would love to hear your stories about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been a great passion of mine for so long. It's one of my all-time favorite hobbies. And I think it's really important to have things to invest your finances, your time, something to like mix in, you know, get your creative juices going. And just, it's an all-around really great time. So there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world right now. There's a lot of loneliness, depression, anxiety, stress. You never really know what's going on inside someone's head. So please remember to be a brother, be a sister, be a friend, and love everyone. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I'll see you in the next video.